Welcome to Cook30 for Kids. I'm Chef Jeremy Dixon from the Revive Cafes in Auckland, New Zealand. And today I'm going to share with you some delicious food that you can cook in your home kitchen. It'll be quick, healthy and taste amazing. Today I have two wonderful guests on my show. Welcome to Nori and Cassidy from Illinois.
Hi.
Thanks guys for coming along.
Thank you for having us.
Excited to have you in the kitchen here. So before we get started, just want to get to know a bit about you and let the kids at home know something. I'm going to ask you some surprise questions. So these guys don't know these questions. So firstly, Cassidy, so what do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be a doctor.
A doctor? Wow, that was a quick answer. And what sort of doctor would you like to be?
I'm not really sure yet, actually.
You like helping people, do you?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. That's great. And what about you, Nori?
I want to be an actress when I grow up.
An actress? Fantastic.
Yes.
What sort of actress?
Well, I want to be in movies, but
Yeah.
you know, whatever comes.
Whatever comes along, okay. Great, well, we'll see what our acting talents are like today on Cook30 for Kids. Well, welcome along, guys. It's great to have you here.
We're happy to be here.
That's awesome. So what is on the menu today?
Meatballs with Italian tomato sauce.
And for dessert, fruit kabobs with salted caramel dip. That sounds good.
Really good.
Okay, time to get cooking. Before we do, we want to make sure we're organised. You can't just walk into a kitchen and start cooking and expect things to be really quick. So we've got chopping boards out here with sharp knives, clear bench, the dishes we're going to use, we've got our ingredients out, pans on the stove, and ready to go. You ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Awesome. So first thing we want to do is get underway with the Neatballs. Now it's not meatballs, don't worry, we're still vegetarian here. So we're going to make some Neatballs, which are really a kind of a vegetarian alternative to meatballs. So we're going to start off, we're going to need to saute some onions. So, where's my onion over here? So I'm just going to start chopping an onion. When you chop an onion, you just want to take the ends off and take the skin off.
I'm going to start crying.
Already? That's great. So there we go. So just get that off there. We're just going to just chop it up nice and fine. So we're just going to just chop like this. So I'm just going to get this one on and I'll get you guys to do some chopping shortly. Just like that, and then like that. We're going to chop another onion next, so...
I can feel it.
Can you feel already? Alrighty, so we'll put this in this pan here. So I'll just turn this on. There we go. Just going to get that onion sautéing. So this is part of the Neatballs recipe. And the next ingredient is some carrots. So, Nora, I'm going to get you some grating if you like. Sorry, carrots and sweet potato. So if you can just get this, and we're going to use the skin as well. We've washed this before, and if you can just grate it, just keep doing that.
Ooh.
Used the grater before?
Is it hard?
No,
I don't know. I don't think I have.
Give it a whirl, just start grating. Just basically put it up and down, and don't get your fingers in between there and the grater.
Okay.
Give it a whirl.
I'll try.
So that's underway there. So we're going to add a combination of these great ingredients. Can I get you to measure out some oats there, Cassidy? So we've just got a cup measure there for you. And we want, I think it's 1 cup of oats.
You open this.
I just take the lid off, just pull the thing off, give it a lift, there you go.
I can do that.
So if you want to put 1 cup of oats in there. We're also going to put in, we need some garlic as well. And I'm just going to press this.
You make this seem so easy.
Just keep your fingers out of the way with the grater. That's good, you're going well. Oh, we need some oil in the pan as well, I forgot that. Just going to put a tablespoon of oil in with the
And I put this
onions.
in a bowl?
Yes, that's right, put it in the bowl. Wonderful. And so we've got the onions going. And Cassie, if you come and put this garlic in, if you want to just use the garlic press before.
I've never used this before.
So just put that in there and just put that together and then squeeze it together really hard, and then garlic will come out the end. So if you want to squeeze it into the pan, so give it a really good squeeze. Let's see what sort of muscles you've got. Keep squeezing hard as you can. Yes, well done.
Oh, goodness.
That's great. So we'll just get the bits off the end. We don't want to waste it all. Like that. If you can just keep that stirring for a bit so it doesn't burn there. Off to a great start. How much have you got done there? You probably need around just over a cup. Let's have a look. Yep, that's enough there. That's great. So
It doesn't even seem like anything's coming out.
Exactly, there you go. So that's just lots of fine sweet potato. So if you want to put that in the pan that Cassidy's stirring.
This smells so good.
It really does.
There's nothing like onions and garlic. In fact, often when I don't know what I'm going to cook at home, I'll actually come home and I'll just start cooking garlic and onions and then decide what I'm going to cook with it, because it's the universal beginnings of many, many dishes. That's great. So once you've done that, Nora, if you can put in so a teaspoon of each of these of cumin, ground cumin. We've got some sage, which is a great herb. We've got some curry powder.
Thank you.
So a teaspoon of each of those and half a teaspoon of ground cloves. Okay? I think we've got a teaspoon measure here somewhere. Here you go. You can use that.
Thank you.
And just put it in with all the onion and the sweet potato mix.
It's going to be a lot of flavor.
Or if you want, just take off the screw, unscrew the lid, and then dip it in. That'll save time. We're cooking a meal in 30 minutes here, so we want to make sure we use lots of speedy techniques. Just dip it in. Dip the spoon in.
You can tell I don't do this often.
That's why you're here. So this program is designed for people who have never cooked before and people that have huge experience. So that's brilliant. So do you guys ever cook at school?
We do, actually. Yeah. We bake a lot more
than
we
bake?
cook.
What are your favourite things to bake?
Cookies.
Cookies, I see. Everyone likes cookies.
Everyone. Oh, this is harder.
Just going to put in some chilli paste. So you can use fresh chilies, but you can get these chilli pastes. I'm just going to put in about a teaspoon of that, just to give a little bit of a bite. You can put more in if you like hot food or less if you don't. Keeping a track of which ones you've got in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying.
Fantastic. We're also going to add some grated carrot. While you're doing that, I'll get the carrot grating. So we're just going to, we've washed, these are organic carrots and we've washed them. But if you're using non-organic ones, you might want to peel them or get the skins off.
You see, you do it so fast. I was so slow at doing it. Like.
There we go, if you can throw that in as well.
Of course.
That's great. So we've got those ingredients in. We're going to use some chickpea flour.
Smells amazing.
So chickpea flour is one of my most favourite flours to use.
I've never had that before.
Really? So we're going to use, I think it's half a cup. Just double check my recipe here. Half a cup of chickpea flour, so you can measure out half a cup of that. So chickpea flour is also called garbanzo bean flour, chana flour. It's all the same thing, it's just chickpeas that are ground up into a really fine flour, and it's a really good binding agent. Now if you pour it over here, if you spill some, it's going to go into the right place.
I don't know how to measure.
So that's a full cup.
Okay.
So you want to go half a cup.
Okay.
Fantastic. How's it going there, Cassidy? Stirring well?
Smells amazing.
Oh, look at that. I might add a little bit more oil just to keep it kind of stopping to stick.
I think this is.
That's great.
Okay.
Look at that. It
So
does
put
smell
it in
good.
here?
Yes, put it in there with the oats. We're also going to put in, that's pretty much it, I think. That's all the ingredients there. Sweet potato, onion, yep. So is that nearly soft, is it? So I think we'll give that a few more minutes until it's really soft. In the meantime, we're going to start the tomato sauce. So you're going to help me with that? So I'll get you to this onion here. So actually, this is going to be our fruit board that we're going to use for chopping our fruit later. And this is going to be our savoury board. Just kind of saves time. So I'll just kind of clear some of these ingredients off here before we do that. Clear them out the way.
I am not sure what goes on. I'm just going to leave them.
Fair enough, don't remember there. So we're just going to chop some onion. So I'll chop the ends off. And I'll rip the things off and I'll get you to slice it up. So do you want to use a small knife or a big knife?
Small.
Small knife?
Definitely small.
That's great.
I do not like onions, to be honest.
Really?
Sorry.
What, eating them or just the fact that you make you cry?
Both.
I sometimes walk into my cafes and my chefs will be in there, because in the afternoons they chop onions for the next day, and I'll walk in there and they will be literally in tears chopping the onions. So yep, so if you can just chop this, so just chop it that way. And then chop it that way. Hold it together. So basically chop it like through that and hold it each time so it stays together.
Okay,
Give
I'll
that
try.
a go. Don't chop your finger, keep an eye on things. I'll just clear this board off. Those spices are smelling great, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Cool. Looking good. So we're going to turn the gas on this one here. So what we're making now is an Italian tomato sauce, and this is a universal tomato sauce recipe that is really yummy and really easy to make. Now you can buy tomato sauces in the supermarket, but they're ultimately filled with lots of sugar and processed and chemicals and things. This is a really nice one, it's very genuine, and you can actually tell when stuff's home cooked. And that's probably the one thing that people say when they come to my cafes is, hey, your food tastes like home cooking. And that's a compliment because it's using actual real ingredients. You're not using stuff that's processed and everything.
I think I did it wrong.
No, that's good. So just hold it together. That's good. Getting close. And then basically you want to see if you can go through and cut it like that. You do that? And when you're cutting, make sure you're sliding the knife. So don't go down like that. It's harder. You're always sliding the knife, letting the blade do the work. So give that a go. It doesn't have to be too perfect, but just the smaller the better. It's just going to cook faster. So we'll put a little bit of olive oil in here. I think that's done there actually. So if you can drop that in with that chickpea oat mixture.
Take the whole thing.
Take the whole thing and just tip it in.
Oh, goodness.
Probably leave the, whoop, you're right here. Won't leave the spoon
I'm
behind.
definitely not good at cutting. I'm trying.
You're going well there for your first time, well, for the first time on the show here. That's great.
Oh goodness, this is heavy.
Is it? Oh good, work those muscles, those Illinois muscles. Brilliant. So you put that in the sink. We're done with that one now, I believe.
I tried.
Great. You've done well, look at that, that's awesome. There's a few little bits here we can tidy up, but that's good.
Do you want water in this?
Should be fine, it's a non-stick pan, so just leave it there. Tidy this up. So if you can put those onions in there with that, actually I'll do that, and you can, actually, Cassie, do you want to try, you can do the next onion.
Excuse me?
So you want to chop that one, so did you watch before?
A little.
Okay, cool, so just go one way, then the other, and slice through. Lovely,
You're better at it than me.
Just keep an eye on your fingers, we don't want any fingers chopped. Just give this a bit of a spread
Oh
around.
goodness. And you want the whole thing?
Whole thing. So this tomato sauce tastes really nice because we've got a lot of onion, which makes it really sweet, and we're going to use a lot of garlic. So we're going to use 3 cloves of garlic, and we'll see what your strength is like on the garlic press now. How's that?
Yeah.
So I'll get this out here. There we go. If you can press these 3 cloves of garlic into there, give it a really hard press. Let's see what sort of muscles you've got.
Oh goodness. How do
None.
you do
I'm
it?
done. I put it through.
Give it a press, pull it together, use the ends, leverage, keep going, you're nearly there. Keep going,
It's not doing anything.
you're nearly there, I'll give you a hand. Yeah. There you go, how's that? I'll just get the bit off the end, so we just don't want to waste that. Whoop, did we get it in? Yep.
Okay.
So if you can stir that around, that'd be great. I'm also going to put in we've got some Italian seasoning, which is just a mixture of herbs. So this has got in it marjoram, basil, rosemary, thyme, oregano, savoury and sage. So it's just some different herbs, just to kind of give it a little bit of a kind of a Italian kind of taste. So you probably want about half a teaspoon, so we'll sprinkle that in there. That just gives it a little kind of... So keep stirring it around. That's great. So when you're stirring, try and keep the onions spread out over the pan, and that way it's going to get maximum coverage with everything. Oh, look at that, those beautiful onions. That's awesome. Yep, they're ready to go. Fire them in. I'll get them going.
Does
There we
this
go.
taste as good as it smells?
That will taste even better. So you can put those in. So we need to start doing something with this before we get it in the oven. So we're just going to mix this around, and these are basically our neatball mixture with the oats and the chickpea flour and the pre-cooked onion and do we add salt to this?
Salt.
I don't know we do. We need soy sauce, so we're going to put in 2 tablespoons of soy sauce just to give it a bit of saltiness. There we go. And just a little bit of salt, about 1/4 teaspoon. That's great. And we're going to just get an oven tray. And Kirsty, can I get you to rip off a bit of parchment paper and just enough that's going to fit on top of that? Now, using parchment paper or baking paper means that we're going to be able to...
Chip up.
yeah, it's going to... just rip down. So it's a blade on the edge. Rip down. Oh, wonderful. Look at that. Professional. It's going to keep the dish clear. It's going to minimise the chance of sticking. So if you can help me, I'll put it the other way. Wonderful. So we're just going to make little meatballs here. Neatballs, sorry. So if you want to just basically make these things and just make them that big, actually probably a little bit smaller. Going to cook faster. And just put them on the tray like that. There you go. Just give my hands a wash.
How far apart?
Just as long as they're not touching, it'll be fine. Right next to each other. So we are making excellent progress. If you've just joined us on Cook30 for Kids, we are having so much fun in the kitchen.
Yes, we are.
What is on the menu today, guys?
Meatball with Italian tomato sauce.
And for dessert, fruit kebabs with salted caramel dip.
We have Cassidy and Nori from Illinois cooking with us. We are going really well. Okay, so they're going well. This is going well. So these onions are nearly soft. So what we're going to do now is add some tomatoes. So if I can get you to, do you know how to use a can opener?
Yes.
Excellent. Are you sure? Hey, do you know how to use one of these can openers? Can you use one of these?
Yep.
Oh, great, excellent.
Can I just leave this here?
You can leave it there for a few minutes. If you can open those cans and pour that in. I'm also going to add some honey as well. Here it is. When you're cooking with tomatoes, you generally want to add a little bit of sweetness because tomatoes are quite acidic. So we'll just put in 2 tablespoons of honey.
Hey, you said what is acidic?
Tomatoes are quite acidic. They've kind of got an acidic kind of taste. So just a little, they generally need a bit of sweetness with them just to kind of carry it through. And we'll add a bit of salt. We haven't added salt to this, have we yet? I've lost my measure. We'll just add half a teaspoon of salt.
Okay, I may be wrong, but isn't tomato a fruit? Is it?
It is a fruit, yes.
Okay, I was right.
But you probably wouldn't put it in a fruit salad.
That's true.
Here we go, coming along well. That's great. I'll give you a hand with those balls there.
It's going inside.
That's okay. Those are really nice round balls, look at those. Oh, just give you a hand with that. Careful, you can cut yourself on these cans.
Oh, okay,
oh, you've missed it there, I'll give you a hand. There we go, just give another little kind of it through there. There we go. Yep, pour that in with the onions. And Cassidy, if you want to just spray that, spray those with the oil spray. This will help stop it from burning. So give it a nice, probably about twice as much.
All of this?
Brilliant. And I'll put it in the oven. Yep, put it in and open another can as well. So these go into the oven for probably around about 10 to 20 minutes, depending on how long they cook. And when they come out, they'll be nice and golden brown and ready to add to our tomato sauce, which is coming along nicely. Okay, Cassidy, you can open this next can.
All right.
Now, also we're going to start making our fruit kebabs, and these are really, really yummy things. They're basically a stick with bits of fruit on it. So what we're going to do is just select some fruit and just cut it up into cubes. So I prepared this one earlier, got all the extra bits off it. So all we need to do is start collecting lots of, oh that was quick, and pour it into the, with those ones. So what we're going to do is just basically we're going to make about 10. So basically what we want is 10 big chunks of fruit. So there's kind of about 8. Usually do a few extra because some won't work out for whatever reason, and it's really good to do extra for a fruit salad. So I'm just going to start with the first one. And when we do fruit kebabs, the rule is to do it like a rainbow. So what are the colours of a rainbow?
Red, orange,
Yep.
Purple.
yellow.
No, yellow.
Blue.
Oop, read that, there you go.
Is it
Red,
good?
orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Roy G. Bibbs. So that's the colour we want to order our kebab. So we're going to start with the red ones.
I don't know if I've ever had a fruit kebab before.
Really? Well, this could be a very first thing for you.
Yep.
There you go. And when you become a doctor, you can look back and go, I was inspired the moment I had a fruit kebab on Cook30 for kids. So I'm just starting with some fruit. So basically the first step is just to keep cutting fruit. So if I can get you to cut a pineapple there, sorry, no, not pineapple, kiwi fruit. Give you a little knife. So if you can just take, I'll show you the first way, the easiest way to do these. Cut like that, and then see if you can take the skin off, and then cut it into cubes. So if you can do that with the second one.
Small cubes?
Yep, small cubes. And this is the board we're using. It hasn't had any kind of onions or garlic or things on it. This is just a fruit board we've got. Nothing worse than having a nice piece of watermelon and you can taste garlic and onion.
Ew.
That's true.
Which is really cool. So we've got some things here that we can put on straight away. So we've got these lovely, got blackberries here. So I'll put those there. So basically this platter here is not our serving platter, this is just our collection platter for all the different things we're going to use shortly. We've got some blueberries, so we've got all the different colours. They've got the bright colours, the dark colours, the reds, and the blueberries and blackberries are good because they're kind of more of the dark bluey colours.
What's your favorite fruit?
Great question. I love watermelons, one of my favourite fruits.
Ooh.
Check out this wonderful little papaya here.
I've never had papaya.
Haven't you? Another first, there you go. So I'm just going to scrape the seeds into the rubbish bin and then cut this off as well.
And then do you want these in halves?
Sorry?
Halves?
Oh, actually into cubes. That'll be fine like that. So generally I do it like this, in cubes like this.
Oh, okay.
So if you can, there you go, put those onto the little plate over there. And I'm just going to cut the skin off this. Yep.
Should I keep stirring?
Yes, put them on as well. Yes, be stirring, that's awesome. So that's pretty much all the ingredients we want for the tomato sauce. So that's going to basically, you want to cook the tomato sauce for around about probably 5 to 10 minutes, and it will basically, the water will evaporate off and what's left will become a lot more flavoursome. So cooking, see the steam coming off there?
Ah.
So as the steam's escaping, it's becoming more thicker and more flavoursome. So there we go. So I think we've nearly got enough fruit here. Sharing fruit, excellent. Very quiet. We've got enough there. If we do one less, we know he's not getting one less. Take a turn stirring. That's brilliant. I've got a pineapple. So again, we're just going to chomp this off and just take the edges off. There's actually a lot more pineapple here than we'll need, but there's nothing like fresh pineapple. You could also use canned pineapple if you wanted to. I'm just going to.
How do pineapples grow?
They're a big kind of vine trees thing, little trees, aren't they? I think. There we go. So we're not going to use the middle bits of the pineapple. This bit's really, really tough. Oh. So we're just going to use these bits here. And I think we're almost ready to start putting them on. Look at all those wonderful colours.
It looks beautiful.
So if I can get you to start making them up.
Of course.
So we've got some wooden kebabs here. Just cut the head off. So when we make them, we're going to start with red down this end, another red thing, go through the middle, orange, yellow, what's next?
Kiwi.
Green.
Mm-hmm.
Put it through as much as you can. Oops, that one's broken a bit, might try another bit. Green, and then the blue, and put two blueberries on the end. And what do you reckon?
Looks so good. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to eat
So, okay,
this.
so your job is to make another 8 of those.
Okay.
So see if you can follow the recipe there. Just wash my hands. Now to go with these beautiful kebabs, we've got a salted caramel dip. Now you're probably thinking, Jeremy, you're healthy. Why would you be doing salted caramel? But here is a healthy one. So that's actually probably almost ready. So we can probably turn that off, that tomato sauce. So we'll just turn that off. Oh, other way. That's on low. Brilliant. So that should be right there. So if Cassie, you can come and help me with this. We're going to add some, if you can measure out 1 cup of dates. And I'll give you a new cup that hasn't got stuff in it.
What do these taste like?
Have a taste. So these are dates. These just come from trees. They're just kind of like sweet, really sweet things. Have you tried them before?
No, I'm kind of scared.
Cool,
They're actually
okay.
really good.
Cool, so pour that into there. 1 cup of dates. And we're going to do 1 cup of water. So I'll get that from the sink.
This definitely shows I'm not a chef. Everything's harder than it looks.
You're doing fine.
That's great, look at those. Beautiful. And one thing when you are doing the fruit is you want to look after it gently, because see how it's like really nice and sharp edges on the end? That really, you know that's fresh. If you start handling it or mushing it around and it kind of gets burnt edges, it looks a bit more used. So you want to be really careful. Nice sharp knife and nice things there.
Is that fine?
Perfect. So we're going to make some date puree out of this. So if you want to push the high button there, the go button,
Oh.
give it a push.
It scared me.
This is kind of a date puree that we're going to make first. And then we're going to add some of this. We're going to add... Oh, wrong one. Okay, so add chickpea flour. We want to add some almond meal. So if you can add 1 cup, I'll just measure it in here for you and we'll do it over the top here. And this almond meal is going to give a kind of a nutty, kind of a creamy taste. So put that in there. And we're going to add some salt. Because it's salted caramel, we don't need too much. We want around about 1/4 teaspoon.
Okay.
And if you can just squeeze as much as you can some lemon in here, try and squeeze it through your fingers. So give that a real good squeeze and give it as hard as you can, lots of muscles. Those are actually really hard on you. Oh no, you're getting some lemon juice in there. That's great. And we're just going to blend this up. And this makes, there we go, a very lovely caramel sauce. So we'll blend that up. And this is really, really yummy. So as you can see, it's a really lovely caramel sauce. Have a try of that and let me know what you think. Not
That
bad,
is
eh?
amazing.
But just dates in there, it's great. So all we need to do now is just put this in a bowl. We're going to put the meatballs on top of the tomato sauce for the garnish, and we've finished our 30-minute meal. What do you think, guys?
It's great. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And there you have 30 minutes, these delicious meatballs put on top of that Italian tomato sauce. We've drizzled some salted caramel sauce and the coconut on top of the kebabs. Does that look good?
Delicious. It
amazing.
looks so good.
Kirsty, can you say grace for us?
Of course. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this wonderful day. Thank you for the food that you have prepared for us and bless us with, and please bless the hands that have prepared it. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Let's eat.
All right, let's eat. There's some for you there. They taste really, really good. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next time on Cook30 for Kids! Woohoo!